Good morning. Hello. Happy Friday? Today's Friday, right? It's been a weird week with me coming back in halfway through. So now I don't remember what's going on with anything. But I'm happy to be here. All right. So, morning time, which means it's back to axum. I didn't get as much sleep last night. I went to sleep really late. So, we're going to see whether or not how much that affects my abilities to code. Esitsu, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so what are we doing? Right, we're doing axum stuff. All right, so I guess we'll get the server launched. No, what are we working on? I think we're working on our data modeling, right? Yeah, so we figured out what our data model is going to be, which is fairly simple. Just going to be one table in a database, but we're going to we're going to do a one-to-many. Yeah, is it one-to-many or is this going to be many-to-one? I think it's a many-to-one self-referential relationship. That's going to be fun. You're trying to figure out the best option for deploying a low-traffic static website with lots of images. Are the images hosted somewhere else, like S3? Or are they hosted on the on the web server itself? All right, so what do I want to do with this? I want to wait, I think we just installed the CLI last time. I think that's the very last thing that we did. Yeah, okay, so we just installed the sqlx CLI, which means we can set up the migrations. They're currently on Azure File Storage and served with the website via a Kubernetes service. Okay. Like low traffic website, I mean, there's a ton of options that are free. The images, I mean, there's a ton of options for images too. Trying to figure out how to cut out Kubernetes entirely, but it seems much easier than the alternatives. The images are the problem. What you can do is now, okay, so I'm going to use CloudFront as the example. So AWS CloudFront, but there's plenty of things that are similar to it. So if you use something like S3 and AWS CloudFront, so whatever the Azure version of that is, or maybe something from like elsewhere. I don't know what other image hosting sites there are that would work for that. But if you then CloudFront would cache them, caching them becomes really cheap to serve them up. You just cache them 100% of the time, like all the time, everything in that folder, and then serve the website on any of the free services, Firebase, Vercel, GitHub Spaces, things like that. And now you can and then just get the images from that cache, and it's cheap, the hosting is free, the images are the most expensive part, and they're cached, which means they should be pennies per month at most. And sometimes you're given a free tier with that per month. Jim, hello. How are you doing today? You tried Coding Game, Mad Pod Racing, AI Dev. Your programming language choice is JavaScript. You're stuck on bronze level, and thanks for inspiring you to try it. Awesome. That's great to hear. That any kind of like the programming, which like seems like that kind of game dev AI programming is really fun, and also, as you sort of mentioned, is kind of hard. I still have some ideas for what we can do tonight, but for right now, we're going through and we're doing some axum stuff. So tonight we can talk about like our strategies. Okay, so I want to do a migrate. We're going to add a migration. Now, what do they have in here? There was a minor update, but I don't know what that really means. Okay, so it's going to create a folder named migrations. That's fine. Okay, so we could do the -r for the create the pair. Last time I tried this, it didn't work. It didn't actually create the up and down, or rather, it didn't create the down. Timestamp. If set use timestamp versioning for the new migration conflicts with sequential. And sequential is if set uses sequential versioning for the new migration conflicts with timestamp. What's the default is timestamp. I don't think I've ever seen I kind of want to try a sequential. We're only having one migration anyways, unless we run into something that we want to do something more on. So we'll do create posts table. Okay, so it ran, oh, that's what it does. So instead of timestamp, it's like 001, 002, 003, and so on. Interesting that it lets us make that choice. Most of the migration tools I've used in the past have not given you that option. All right, so this is going to be SQL, specifically for Postgres. Right, it was vsplit. It's a little bit behind me, but I think it makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna have posts. Okay, so create table if not exist posts. We want our post ID is gonna be serial. Primary key. Ooh, and then we're gonna have that foreign key to it. Oh, but I don't think I have to do anything special with this. So primary key, I don't think I have to do anything like not null, but we can put it in there. Ooh, I forget to switch over. I have to do that entire thing. Okay, so we have restrictions. So like nullable. You're not nullable. Like that. text should not be nullable. Parent ID is nullable. And likes is not nullable and probably has a default. You don't have a default. You don't have a default. You don't have a default. You have a default of 0. You're all unhappy. Okay. Okay, so primary key not null, not null. All right. We'll have our text, which is type. Oh, this is type varchar. You're not null. No default. And that's, I guess that's it. Parent ID will be an int. You are nullable, so I don't have to do anything. Ooh, there's the entire relates to, which I completely forgot how to do. So I'm gonna cheat. I'm going to cheat and go to my own course where I taught it and relook it up. All right. Migrations and seeds. Okay, so it just references, it's like this. So game ID type, okay, then references the table it's referencing, the key it's referencing, and then any special thing. So I don't want an on delete cascade. I don't want an on update cascade. So it's just going to be that references the blah blah. Okay, so references post ID. So I'll make this not null, and I'll also give it a default of 0. Okay, so I think this will work. We will find out very shortly. Oh, except do I even have the database running? I don't think I did. Okay. I do shut my computer off overnight, so that would churn off the Docker containers. All right, let's try running this. Oh wait. We can try running it. I'm fairly certain it's going to fail because I don't think I have the database URL the way it wants it in the .env. So that's also a thing. Yeah, okay, so the database URL environment variable must be provided. How do I close one? It's not exactly what I wanted, but it works. Okay, so we need the database URL to be set to also keyboard cat. Oh, which the only thing I changed is this last one. Okay, so we'll have you there. We'll now run you again. Error with configuration relative URL without a base. Oh, because it's not, this is not a password. This is a configuration string. I wonder if I could do this. Oh, this is the wrong one. Password authentication failed for user Postgres. That's probably not the way to do it. I probably have to do that. Ooh, okay. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer. So in up, we have an error here. At or near, oh wait, is that supposed to be, is it this or is it that? It was that. Okay, cool. So I should be able to now connect in. Okay, and there's our posts table. And this is what it looks like. Okay, cool. So everything looks good. Let's now update the down. Is it rollback? Revert. And now it's gone. Okay, so we now have our table up and running, so we can now run to it. We have the ability to connect to it, so that's good. I'm not going to do any seeds. We're just going to start with blank and then go from there, which means we can now start working on our features. So what I'm thinking is we'll use insomnia. Now with insomnia, can I export So if I do folder, and we're going to call this create post. Now, can I export everything in here without having to pay them? That would be really nice. I'm not seeing how. Do any of you know? Oh, I'm not watching YouTube chat. Oh no. Hold on. Let me fix out. Hopefully the thing is working, but if it's not, let me change that. I'm looking at my dashboard, which is not the same thing as chat. Okay, good. In you, hello. Just in time to see your message. How are you doing today? Okay, so I don't actually think that I can export these requests, can I? Ooh, there's generate code. No, but these like generate actual code for something else. That's not helpful. You're doing good. You're a newbie at Rust. Nice, excellent. Well, welcome. Awesome to have you here. How are you enjoying Rust so far? Well, the only problem about this one is that I can't increase the size of the window, but I think I can export. I can export the requests though, which is really nice because I want to be able to export them to JSON. And then I can put that in the README. So you can just copy and paste this into your own Rapid API. So this is a free, Rapid API is, well, no, because you can paste it into whatever system you want. So I'll just do whatever standard thing is. Let's do a new group. We're going to call this X clone. So sorry about the small size, but this will give me something better. We'll do a create post. Are you actually in here? You are. It's hard but very fun. I feel like that's an accurate description of a lot of things, and especially Rust. So yeah, nice. George or Jorge? Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? Did I go through Advent of Code day one? I did not. And also, hello, Pixel. I did not go through Advent of Code day one. I'm having too much fun with coding game, so we're going to continue doing that this afternoon instead of switching over to Advent of Code. Because like they're both talent challenge type things, but I wanna get farther with that, and it seems like a lot of a fun way to do that. So maybe someday we'll do it. Andrew, hello. How are you? All right, what is, oh, we need a starter server. So you're running on post 33498. And then where do we want to go to? So I probably want to do something like we're going to API v1. And then posts. And I don't care about doing any headers or anything else like that, but the body I want in JSON. We're going to pass in. Okay, so what do we care about okay, we care about the text, right? So we have the text, and then our first post will be hello, hello world. It's our first tag, our first one, first post. And then we don't have. It's not going to have a parent, and it's not going to have likes. So the only thing we care about, yeah, the only thing we care about is just the text itself. So this is it. Obviously, if I run this, we get a 404 not found because we don't have this route running, but we can change that now. So we need a router, so probably post and then create. Yeah, so this morning, the goal is to, well, okay, we already did the migrations to create the table in the database. And now we're going to work on creating a new post. Okay, it's George. All right, I'll try to remember that. Okay, so I need to create that as a file. Can I really do that? I need to create a folder too, so. Source router. I guess like all the posts are just right here, so let's just create them right here. So we'll just do create. So create post. Now, yeah, you're updating this router. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch to full screen mode, and we'll get to programming for this. For the book, oh, we're making the X Twitter clone. So this is like an X Twitter clone API for it. And then after we finish with the axum one, we're going to do the same thing with you and do the front end for it. It's a super simple version of it. We've like really just like figuring out what the base features are for a Twitter type thing, which is just posts and the ability to have posts related to each other and then voting on them. That's really what it is. I guess not voting. That's more of a Reddit thing. It's more of liking. Okay, so Metro or MD Tro, hello, how are you doing today? Is this like real world? No. Yes, no. It's so this is something that I like to give out as assignments or that type thing when I was teaching. These are what I would call like a build and burn project. Basically something really small. It's essentially a scrimmage to help like test like how are you at doing something like this. But also, if you're talking about the reality TV show, then no, it's not like that at all. Okay, so I want to. Oh, you know what? I do want to probably put these into a folder, don't I? So I can I can route combine them together. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, hold on, hold on. It's gonna be just easier for me to. Okay, so I have create post in there. What I really want to do is I want to create like a V1. I mean, it's almost like I want like an API V1, but I want to do a no, I can skip with the entire V1 V2 thing. Yeah, there was a show named like that. Was that an MTV show? That was like one of the shows that like started the end of MTV doing music. Okay. Let's see. So I just want posts. And then we'll have like create and otherwise. So we're going to move create posts. We'll do create .s. Okay, so you exist now, which means now I can go to create and have you add in there the pub. Okay, that's good. $1992. Yeah, that's a little bit older than we thought. It was also the beginning of the takeover of reality television. That was like one of the early ones that a lot of people are confused by because it's like I don't think it actually was I don't think it was a reality TV show. I think it was in the style of what reality eventually stole from. But I didn't really watch it very much. I think I watched one episode. I'm like, why would anybody watch this? And then I just stopped watching it. But I've never really been big into TV, so that's probably why. Okay, so we have that. So we do create, do name create the post. Okay, so all right. In your mod, we're now going to create and I already have the thing, so I can do this already. So we're going to do a route. Now I could do something like v1 posts. No. I want the other one to do v1 like posts. So this will be slash. We're going to do post to create post. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go to API v1 posts, and we're going to, the router itself is the create post router. And that gets thrown in there. I think we're good to go, which means, yeah, our server is running and listening. Andrew, I have not started Advent of Code. I'm probably not going to do it again this year. Mainly because I started the coding game a couple days ago, and I want to I would just want to keep on doing that because that's fun. And in my mind, they're both challenge sort of type things. So you solved the first one. Oh, in that Ouya language already. That language is impossible to understand, like just from the surface level. That is crazy. Okay, so if I hit you, we now get a 200 okay, but it obviously doesn't do anything. So we need to fix that. However, we're pretty much so okay. We need a model for this, but we also need to validate it because we know okay, so to validate, we need a middleware for this. I like to use middleware for this as opposed to like an extractor or something. Which means where do I want to put the middleware for it? I might want to put the middleware here where I have like a pub async function validate post. I haven't really I'm still going back and forth on where I want to put these. And I know that, okay, middleware changed in Axum, so we're going to have to take a look at the documentation for this. Okay, so far this is all the same. Be an async function, check. Take one or more extractors as the first arguments. I want the body, the body JSON though is not one of those. Take next as the final argument. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to take request and then next. Now what's interesting, didn't we have to use didn't this before have us use a generic? And it's no longer there. Interesting. Okay, that's nice. I assume this is an extract request. So axum extract request, yeah. And then I want next. So next. Okay. Now I want to do something with the request. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to get the body from the request, validate that the text exists, pass the text in an extension to the route handler, either return error or like pass on through. So go through. Crossbow, hello. How are you doing today? Do any AI can solve AOC problems with only input is puzzle text? I bet for some of them they can. It might be that might be an interesting thing to sort of see is how good the different AIs can do with solving them in different languages. And the question is, can they solve them yet, or is it going to have to wait until some other people solve them and then it can solve them? That's so like it can probably solve previous ones. Can it solve the new ones? Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to look into. Okay, so we want to get the body of the request. So we can still do into part. Now I think we have to do now this one gives me a reference to the body. Wait, if I get a reference to the body, do I need this? Hold on. So into data stream just gives me, okay, so a stream of data frames. I don't think that's what I want. Oh, right. We had to do, I don't think this is what I want. I need to get the bits. I need to get the bits, which if I remember correctly, we have to do that through the helper functions. Do you say any of that here? No, so it looks like they did not update the documentation and include things like, hey, how to get anything from the request. Okay, so Sitsu, you did this, right? I think you did this already. So yeah, type layers for HTTP request. You wish there was documentation? Every time I look at this, I'm always confused at why there isn't documentation on this. I want to get the contents of the body and turn it into a struct. So basically what I want to be able to do is say something like we have a pub struct, oh, what am I gonna, like request body, like post, like request post. Or maybe this is gonna be like a create post. Which we know is gonna have text. It's gonna be a string. And then that's the only thing we really care about it having. So what I want to do is get this out of the request body. Now I can get the body here like that, but I don't think this really helps me at all in any way. Wait. I mean, it does give me the associated HTTP request body, which is pretty cool. HTTP request. Okay, so I want to go back. That. But even HTTP doesn't really give me much. Like, what does that give me? So it's a mute T. I mean, I can't just say, hey, by the way, you are a create post. That would be great. That should be an extractor, not middleware. I guess we could do that as an extractor too. Oh, we could do that as an extractor, can't we? And then have the extractor also, yeah, we could do that. That might be better. Okay, so we need to use from request. We need to do from request if we need to consume the request body. Yeah, that's true. We need to do that. And this one we can request the body from that. Now, can I return early from this? Oh, I can with a result like this. Okay, yeah, this works. Okay, this is probably better. Okay, so let's do this as a... We're going to do this as a create post extractor. So we want to impl from request for create post. I've not seen REST Analyzer bring in the docs like that before. That's a thing. Missing generics for from request. Okay, so... Oh, we need this async trait. Which you're missing. Okay, import that. Okay, so impl. Now you have an S. What is the S actually? So it's the it's the bytes. SS bytes state. It's not returned from anything. How would you extract numbers from path if path is dynamically sized in axum? What do you mean dynamic sized? So I don't know what this generic is, unfortunately. So we're going to figure that out together. Okay, where bytes from request S. Okay. Where and S is send and sync. Okay. Where are you from? Bytes is body bytes. Okay. I mean, 148 or 123. Vampire, hello. How are you doing today? It's been a while. Body bites, the favorite snacks for vampires. Yeah, something like that. Oh, okay. So it's from the advent of code for shuttle. Okay. So how do you get 148 or 1? Yeah, that's one of the things that is really confusing, feels really confusing to me. I think it's the well, actually, I don't think you can do it dynamically sized, like truly dynamically sized like that in Axum. Because if I come to this and I want to do like ID, other ID, third ID. I believe that what you do is you just get, it's just a tuple with the number of things in here. So if you want the third one, you want the third one. But these names mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. I want to say it doesn't work with a vector, but I don't remember. You made it just by asking full path and splitting it by slash, but this failed to pass the test. Oh, it probably does something weird with the slash in there. That's too bad. Okay, type rejection. So this is supposed to be a type rejection equals, right? And then if I do, okay, so what are you? Type rejection equals response. Right, okay, so I'm still confused. Why did it pull these in? These are not helpful. I mean, they're helpful for them. It's not helpful for me. It makes it look really bad. Okay, so now we have request and state. I don't have a state. Unless, I wonder if that's going to yell at me because I don't have an actual state. Okay, so here's our from request, and we do result self rejection. They don't do the pin stuff. Interesting. So they just have a okay, so interesting. So they don't do this from request at all, the way this is done. The way they do it is much nicer looking. Async function. From request. We take in the request and state. What if I don't have... What if I don't have a state? And then the state is that S there, okay? And we're going to turn a result with self and self rejection. Is it colon? It is. That is so much nicer than what it gives you with the pin. Okay. So let's see. Then we get body bytes from request, rec state. Okay, so so it's gonna be bytes from state, rec and state. Okay, interesting. From request. No. And then we await, and then okay, then we turn it into the thing. So uh-oh, I'm not getting any help. Oh, wait, how did I get this? State is that thing. Oh, got it. Okay, cool. The mismatch types expected EM result. Okay, so I should be able to do this. Make you all happy. Okay. So map error. The error extracting body from request. Now, if there's an error extracting the body from the request, to me that means that the requester screwed up. It's their fault. Everything here is perfect. They're the reason why this doesn't work, right? So we're just going to return a 400. Since this is a self-rejection, which is a response, we're going to return a status code. Oh, argument. Yeah, argument never used. What? This is not debug. Oh, it doesn't implement. Okay, fine. Fine. What type of error is this? It's a bytes rejection. Are you an actual error? You won't tell me what type you are. You're just turning this into an response, but I don't necessarily want to take that error and just like give it back to the user. So bytes rejection. Where is who has this? This is not a real error. Get the response body text used for this rejection. Okay, so I could use body text for this. I can't use body? Okay, so wait, this is an error bytes rejection. Yeah. So we're inside a map error, aren't we? Yeah. Oh. Wait, you implement display for this. Wait a second. Okay. So you say bytes rejection for this, but I don't trust you. Also, your Rust Analyzer has no clue what this is. Yeah, this won't give me the types. Are there other bytes rejections? I would imagine it's this one. Okay, so I'm doing bytes. Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm doing bytes. Okay, bytes. Oh, it's probably okay, so it's a different type. So we do bytes. Can I go to there? HP. Okay, bytes from request. No, not from request. Oh yeah, bytes from request. I'm not seeing anything there. That wouldn't be in a bytes crate. Okay. Where is this from? Body bytes. Okay. So body bytes. So that's what I'm. Okay, so that brings me to here. And then I do bytes from request. Oh, it's re-exported from the bytes crate, but the trait is implemented in axum. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I was not expecting that. Okay, so this is bytes from request. Trait method. Okay, this looks right. And from request for bytes. Okay, where's this bytes rejection? Now we need to find out. Where does bytes rejection come from? It's just, oh, it must be in here. No, it's not in here even. Now we have this bytes rejection here. Now it says that we should have this body text that's implemented on it. But when I try to do something like that, no method body text found. I suppose, wait, could this be? Nope, this is a full error. So full accent, full Rust gets this too. So it's not this bytes rejection. Form rejection, JSON rejection, raw form rejection. No, I don't see what I'm supposed to do with, like, what I'm supposed to do with this. Huh. I guess I can't. I can't do anything with the error then. Okay, so that compiles. So we return a bad response. Okay, so now we have a body with the bytes. Now we do our validation. Okay, fine. So of course they don't tell us like any suggested ways of actually extracting this out, because that would be nice. Sort of like as you mentioned, Asitsu, it's like it's really close with like having the examples there, and then it just doesn't have them. So we do bot. What can I get? Wouldn't it be better to use the JSON extractor instead of bytes? If I use the JSON extractor, can I get a failure on it so I can respond with a 400 and with a message like missing the thing? Like how do I know to be able to make it so that this thing knows that the post is always correct, like every time? Like I want to make sure that text is a string and also doesn't have like not a zero size string or not greater than 255 characters. So like, but I don't want to do that inside of here. I want to do that elsewhere. Basically, I want to validate that it's the correct thing. And not that's where I think like either middleware or an extractor would work for this. I mean, I suppose I could I use the JSON extractor here? do they even suggest, like when I created my own extractor, it doesn't even suggest here. Yeah, so I need the body, so it has to be from request. Which is going to be this entire thing. Can I access the JSON from a custom extractor? You just wrap one extractor in another. Oh, oh. Is that said anywhere in the documentation? Where would we find that? Okay, so let's start this over again. So just wrap one extractor in another. So replace bytes with JSON create post. Okay. So I want like JSON. So now we had. So you're saying like JSON from request? No, there's no from request for that. Instead of request here, maybe? Oh no, I can't do that because this is the signature of the from request. So I have to use that there. Oh, JSON create. Okay, so JSON, so let our host equals JSON turbofinish syntax. We have our create post. Which is not giving me help here. That would be why it's not giving me help. Okay. The function association exists for that, but its trait bounds are not satisfied. Okay, so this is where we need to pull in another thing, right? The function, okay, let's look at it here. The function associated item cannot be called on due to unsatisfied trait bounds. The following trait bounds were not satisfied. So from request parts, which is required by from request. Oh, do I need to be pulling this in from request parts instead of from request? Replace the bytes bound. Oh, yeah. Hold on. You're right. Missing generics for struct JSON. It wouldn't be. Yeah, it'd be like. self here, right? Okay. You're running. So that's a thing. Okay, so we await. That gives us a result. It's not what I wanted. I wanted to tab there, yeah. Your error is a, okay, so that's a different type of error. And then I want to respond with a 400 probably. Oh, but it's again with this thing. It doesn't implement display and it doesn't implement debug. So I can't really do anything about that. You keep putting in pose, yeah. Okay, and Clippy would say self instead of create post in the body. Okay, yeah, that's true. You respond with the status of the error. What if I don't want the status of the error? Can I get the status? So can I figure out what that is? No field status on this. Okay, so basically I don't know what this is. It claims it's a rejection from the JSON from request rejection, but I don't know what that means. Put rejection, JSON rejection in a bound. Okay, we could do that. So that would be well, no, I do not want, so I am not returning the JSON rejection at all. Like I need to return like my own custom thing, right? So I want to take their thing and update it and then respond that back out and then just return my thing. Because this is going straight to the user. And I don't want, I want to be able to say like, oh, hey, you're missing this thing, or I want to customize that message. How do I do that? As opposed to just like blindly accepting that whatever they're saying is what I want. You won't return that, but it should stop being confused. Okay, we could try that. I still can't, oh, in the bound. Wait, where do we put that in a bound? Rejection. Oh, we don't do equal signs in there. So JSON self from request s reject. Oh, from request. Oh, interesting. So it'd be like rejection equals. Oh, okay. I see. So then this becomes what did I have here? Response. Okay, okay. Now you're a JSON rejection. but I still get no help with this. Like, it still doesn't know what this is. Like, it's not telling me that I can do like body text. Ooh, okay. Can I get body text now? Ooh, okay, so I finally can see that out. And then I can get the status. So I can do that. Okay, cool. And then okay, so now now have this post. So it's this JSON create post. Now we can extract this out with a post like that. Okay, so now we have our create post. I'm surprised it's allowing me to do this. Okay, so we need to install Surday, don't we? For what is it called? Surday deserialize and serialize. Specifically, this only needs deserialize right now. Okay, so we're gonna add in Surday with derive. Okay, so now I want to deserialize. That should give me, okay, that gives us the post now. And if I debug you, I should be able to see it. So okay, so when I run this, even though the to-do will cause it to crash, but I can now run this request. This is going to be our post to create, and this is going to be called create post. And of course, it's never going to get here because it's going to crash before then. So everything's running here. If I run this now, so we have this hello world first post. There we go, create post, hello world first post. If I don't send the text in, we get this error. So yeah, here's the error from that JSON. Error extracting JSON body when creating post. So yeah, this is not something I want to send back out. Failed to deserialize the JSON body into the target, missing field, but I got a 422 unprocessable entity. Okay, that works. Excellent. But now I'm getting that. So I can make it so that this will handle that a little bit better. I'll make this an option string. Oh, check time, T minus 10 minutes. Yeah, thank you, Bamero. Also, hello, good morning. How are you doing today? I have been getting more into the flow during these, so I don't pay as much attention to time, which I think is a good thing. We've been getting good stuff done, so that's good. All right, so text option. Okay, so create post. Now, if I do that as an option, now that should work regardless. Even if I miss this, we'll just have a none there. Okay, so yeah, that's a, oh, we got an error. Yeah, create post text none. Oh yeah, then it crashed. It crashed because of the to do. Perfect. Oh yeah, and this is where it gets cool. Want create post extractor and a pub struct create post. Can I do that? Are you gonna be okay? You're the extractor. It is a good thing, yeah. And you'll keep me situationally aware. Thank you. It might be the other way around. What I want to do is I want to create post. Oh, I probably want to just do this as a post, don't I? Why are you upset? So here we have this create post extractor. So implement for extractor. Everything else is the same except I try not to, have to return self. Oh. I have to return self, don't I? Yeah, it has to. Okay, so that, okay, it won't let me do that. Create post is the extractor, but you get the other type as JSON. Yeah, what I'm hoping that I can do is extract out something with an option in it and then validate that it exists and is there, that I can give it like a custom message and won't have an error. But yeah, okay, fine. So something like create post and create post partial, yeah. But the problem is that from this from request, I can't return yeah. That's right. That's exactly right. So hold on. This works as exactly. So we do either partial or I'm not sure what a good name for it would be. But so we'd have this pub text option string. we don't need you, and you're not going to be an option. We're going to grab you from partial here. Okay, I like this more. There we go. There we go. Now I have the partial. Oh, and the bound. Okay, so now I have this post, create post partial. I can put that in option in it, so it won't give me that exact error. So now this will be a much different error. This will be like very, very rare to get now. I'm tracing debug. Okay, so let's double check that that's still working. Boom. Okay, so text none. Perfect. Now we can validate this. So now we can say something like, if now there's validation libraries, but this one we don't really need to do because it's going to be so simple. There's only one thing on it, so we're just going to do if let our text and if you don't have that, then we're going to return a tuple with a status code of bad request and a message of missing text. Okay, so now we have the text out, and then we can just check to see if text dot is empty, and just a few if statements for this. So if we're empty, then we want to do another return early. So instead of missing text, now it's going to be text must have at least one character. And then finally, if text.length is greater than 255, text must be 255 characters or less. All right, there we go. We got some custom validation logic in here. Hello, Groovy. How are you doing today? We're working on a. We are working on a. What is it called? A X Twitter CRUD app with Axum. Just sort of like a little learning project, not really trying to like fully recreate X Twitter, just like the super basics. So just the basically it's a CRUD app. All right, so we're gonna return an OK, self, and then the text is gonna be that text. There we go. And so now there's our post. I should be able to tracing debug the post. Oh, you don't implement. Yeah, you need to implement. So this one needs to implement debug. Okay. And now when we run you, I didn't see it. Do you always give that much information back on bad requests? A colleague once told me that you write the API for your front end and not for the user to debug it. Not sure what to think of this. Your way of handling each request with a trait seems like a huge undertaking. Sometimes it really depends, right? So there's different philosophies to this. One philosophy is that that you can change the error on the back end and then have the front end just put the error and like display it out, right? So it doesn't have to like it doesn't know all the ways that it could potentially fail on the back end. So it's like, oh hey, this is like, you know, let me just display this for the user. Something like that. In a larger app, I would absolutely use a validation library and validate that, and then I would potentially customize the error. So here's an example. We at my day job we have VR applications, and we customize on our back end when they send a request for like creating a new thing, like a new account or new something like that. We will, if there's an error message, we'll write the error message that should be displayed to the user and then send that back, because that's a lot easier for us to update than it is for us to deploy a new version of the web, you know, the VR app. And if it's like a mobile app, if it's something else, any of those, like it's gonna be true. The server we have 100% control of how it's deployed, so we can deploy it whenever we want. Not true with all front-end apps. Sometimes true, but not always true. So I can basically just change the error message and it just automatically now updates for everybody else, even if they haven't refreshed their page and gotten new code, which is really cool. That's the reason why I usually do something like this. Now, like this is like not super great. Thank you, Bamero. It'd probably be something like, you cannot create a post with an empty let's see, what is this? This is, oh, you cannot create a post. So this one, I probably don't need this, right? It's like, it could just be a bad request without a message, because this one is clearly, they just didn't send it at all. And this is now for like the front end or something like that. But this one would have like, okay, test text, your post, something like, your post must have at least one character. Your post must be 250 characters or less, something like that. Cool. So this is our extractor, which means the very next thing we're going to be working on is putting this into the database. So also, why am I not getting the post here? That's also maybe the real next thing is, why didn't I see the post when I created this? I saw the extractor before in here. Oh, because of that. Ha, I was getting it all together. Okay, so there we go. So we have that. So next step. So we're in the middle of creating a post. So we'll remember to go into there. We are limiting the characters per post. And we need to stuff that into the database. So that is what's going to happen on Monday morning, because today is Friday. So this afternoon I will be back and we'll be working on some more of the coding game, because that's a lot of fun. So with that all being said, let's see. who is streaming right now? At least on Twitch. Unfortunately, I can't raid. I don't think there's raiding on YouTube, so I can't do it like a YouTube raid. So let's do Kuviman is doing Rust game dev. So let's go ahead and raid Kuviman. That's not my... Where is my mouse? Oh, my mouse somehow went to my iPad. Okay, that's not where I wanted to go. Hello, Chantilly. How are you doing today? All right, raid. Kuviman. All right, and then that is correct. Everything. All right. So with that, as I mentioned, I will be back at 2:30 p.m. today Mountain Time. We're going to continue working on the a coding game AI. So that'll be fun. So everybody have a great rest of your Friday, and I will see you next time. Bye.